Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We've got a little different setup for our sit down video today because your girl, being honest, she was too lazy to sort out sitting down by the trolley. But I'm going to be doing my spring TBR. Now, there is a lot of books that I would like to get read this season, but I've picked out my top 10 because otherwise we could be here forever. These are my top 10 books that I want to read this spring and, you know, start dwindling that TBR down. First up, I have Between Commitment and Betrayal by Shain. I so am butchering the name. So this is: our marriage isn't real, so why do our kisses feel so good? Declan Hardy, heartthrob and retired billionaire, is my complete opposite. He's commanding, I'm cooperative. He's loud when I stay quiet. All we have in common is that both our names are on my father's will. He'll inherit an empire and I'll keep the one thing I hold dear. But there's a catch. I have to marry him, or at least pretend to. 1 year of fake marriage, 1 year of living together, but it's not that simple. Especially when I can't tell if his kisses are fake, and if I'm really still pretending when I kiss him back. There's a fine line between commitment and betrayal, and neither of us know where it falls. Declan and I would never work for real, or would we? So yeah, this is the first book in the Hardy Billionaires. I did get it right. Hardy Billionaires series. This has been on my TBR for so freaking long. Like, this entire series, just as a general, it's been sitting there because it just seems like such a series that's right up my street. Like, it just intrigues me in the characters, and I've seen like snippets and stuff on like TikTok and stuff, like when little quotes and things, and I'm like, I need to pick this book up now. So I'm like putting it on this TBR to get myself to pick it up finally. And yeah, is it bad that it's picking up another series? Yes, but my thoughts are, right now, stay with me. If I start this book and start the series, then if I fall in love with it, I'm going to smash out the rest of the books. So then it will put me up to date and have me finish the series. You vibing? Start it, love it, devour the rest. It's how it works. It has worked. I'll be very disappointed if it now turns out that I don't, but like, I have high hopes that I will love this, and I've already got the other books on my shelf as well ready to read. So now, another book that has been sat on my shelving, and I mean for fucking forever. Like, I think I've had this book now since this edition come out. This edition come out in 2023, and I've had it since then. And that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie. This says, don't chase fate, let fate chase you. I don't even know what the full blurb is. Here we go. Everyone in Mina's homeland knows the legend that when the sea god meets his true bride, he will end the deadly storms that have ravaged them for generations. So every year a beautiful maiden is sacrificed to the sea, and every year the storms return. When her brother's beloved is chosen, Mina knows the loss will cripple him, and at the last moment she throws herself into the water instead. Swept away to the magical spirit realm, she comes face to face with the sea god, trapped in an enchanted sleep. The only way to save her people is to help him, but Mina doesn't have time. A human cannot live long in the land with spirits, and there are those who would do anything to keep the sea god from waking. So this is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, is a magical feminist retelling of a classic Korean legend, perfect for fans of Uprooted and Miyazaki's Spirited Away. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, like I said, this has just been on my TBR fucking ever, and I feel like I'm at the point now where I have to pick up and read it or unhaul it, because I can't just keep have it sat there on my shelving and just not reading it. Like, it seems like an interesting story. It's nice and short. It's only 321 pages. So like, that realistically is quite short, especially for like a fantasy-esque book. So I'm like, I need to like read it or delete it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got to read it or get rid of it, because at this point, it's literally just sat there collecting dust, and it's like, will I ever get there? So this is a determination one for my spring TBR. I must get this read. Come back to me at the end of spring, guys, and ask me, Sky, did you get it read? Especially if you don't see it in wrap-ups. Come and shout at me. Come and shout at me. Next up, I have two Monica Murphy books. Now, I have Keep Me in Your Heart, which is the most recent release in the Lancaster Prep Next Generation series. Now, this is Arabella and Rowan's story, which I'm so excited to read. How I haven't picked it up yet, I don't know, because I'm normally really good with Monica Murphy that as soon as a book's released, I normally eat it up straight away. For some reason, these two I've not got to yet, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But this one. Sometimes you have to let your heart do the thinking. Arabella Hartley Thomas is smart, kind, even a little quirky, and that's what makes her interesting. Known for her outlandish outfits and sense of humour, she is one of the most popular girls at Lancaster Prep. Everyone wants to be around her, except Rowan Lancaster. Proud, untouchable Rowan is everything a girl could want. It's why he's so popular. What is it about Arabella that he can't stand? Could it be that she gets under his skin like no one else? That there's something about her that leaves him vulnerable, just like he makes her feel? So when Arabella is offered the chance to leave Lancaster Prep for good, she has to decide. Does she follow her head and forget enigmatic Rowan, or does she stay for the boy she's hopelessly in love with? Like, I've seen so many snippets of this, right? Constantly on Instagram. And why I've not picked it up, like, just the bits I've read, I'm like, I'm so here for it. But I still not picked up the book. And I don't know why. I don't know why. So again, this is another determination. I must get there. I have high hopes that I will get there because, like I said, I normally eat up anything Monica Murphy releases. You girls got to get there. And the same is for Endgame. This is the first book in the Kings of Campus series. The second one is due out this year, so I must get to this. This says, the semester is all about scoring. Everly transfers to UC Santa Mira is supposed to be my ultimate college experience, until housing falls through at the last minute. So when I overhear a group of guys complaining they need another roommate, I jump at the opportunity. They're just football players. Even if one of them makes me weak in the knees, it doesn't mean anything unless I let it, and I won't. We want different things. Want each other doesn't change that. Nico, it's my senior year and final season with the Santa Mira Dolphins. Last thing I need is a distraction, but that's exactly what this girl is. Eva is too leggy, too gorgeous, too thoughtful, and a whole lot of too much that gets under my skin. I guess I get under hers too. I can't help myself. We live together. That alone makes it a bad idea, but I never could resist a little trouble. So, yeah, again, this seems up my street. It's again a short book. It's 271 pages. Like, how have I not devoured this just yet? I don't know why. But for some reason, her most two recent releases have kind of just gone on my shelving and stayed there, which is not okay. So these two must also be picked up this spring and get read, because otherwise I might cry if I keep them there unread for any longer. And the next one is a little bit different to the other books that I'm showing you. I really enjoyed the first two books because of how different the stories are and like kind of just how wholesome they are as a whole, and like the series and stuff. And that's Before Your Memory Fades by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I butchered it. I'm gonna go with it. So this is the third book in the Before Your Memory this is Before Your Memory Fades. This is the third book in the Before Your Coffee Gets Cold series. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first two. I have got the fourth one as well, and this one says, on the hillside of Mount Hakodate, I'm so bad with pronunciations. I'm so sorry to anybody I offend. In northern Japan, Donna is fabled for its dazzling views of Hakodate Port. But that's not all. Donna offers its customers the extraordinary experience of travelling through time, and Nagari and Kazu are back to guide 4 new patrons. There are rules to follow. You can only meet people who have visited the cafe. You must stay seated in your chair, and most importantly, you must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. And Before Your Memory Fades, we meet the daughter who resents her deceased parents for leaving her orphaned, the comedian who aches for his beloved and their shared dreams, the sister whose grief has become all-consuming, and the man who realised his love for his childhood friend. Heartwarming and poignant, Kawaguchi explores how holding on to the past can affect our future and asks the reader, would you travel in time if your actions couldn't change the present? So yeah, these are just really wholesome, kind of thought-provoking books, and I do really love them. Like, this has been sat not too long on my shelf, I don't think. I think I got it last year, but it's been a while since I read the first two, so I'm really excited to kind of get back into that like world and the magical realism, and just, yeah, I'm really excited to pick up the other ones. And like I said, I got the fourth one ready to go as well, so hopefully I can get to that one as well this year. But I'm really eager to see this story and to meet the new characters. So next up is the second book in the series. Now, probably a weird one to say I want to read this spring, but I do just really want to continue this series on and really make my progress through it. And this is The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Off-Campus series. I read The Deal last year and I just devoured the book, so I really need to continue this series and I really need to start making progress on it. He's a player in more ways than one. College junior John Logan can get any girl he wants. For this hockey star, life is a parade of parties and hookups, but behind his killer grins and easygoing charm, he hides growing despair about the dead-end road he'll be forced to walk after graduation. A sexy encounter with freshman Grace Ivers is just the distraction he needs. But when a thoughtless mistake pushes her away, Logan plans to spend his final year proving to her that he's worth a second chance. Now he's going to need to up his game. After a less than stellar freshman year, Grace is back at Briar University, older, wiser, and so over the arrogant hockey player she nearly handed her V card to. She's not a charity case, and she's not the quiet butterfly she was when they first hooked up. If Logan expects her to roll over and beg like all his other puck bunnies, he can think again. He wants her back, he'll have to work for it. This time around, she'll be the one in the driver's seat, and she plans on driving him wild. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get back into this, into characters, and, you know, to revisit our first two, which is, I want to say Hannah and Garrett. Was that right? I want to say so. I think I am. But yeah, I'm super excited to get back into this world and the characters, and yeah, just really start making progress on this series because I did enjoy it. I don't know why I didn't continue. I think again it just comes to the fact there's just so many books on my TBR and I probably got distracted with other books than that. Maybe just it was the videos that I was filming and stuff. So yeah, I am eager to get back into this. Like I said, it's a bit weird of a book to read in spring based on like the cover and stuff. It's more of a wintry vibe, I imagine, but we're going with it. Beauty of books, it can be read any time of the year. Now to the last 4 books we got. This one I pulled really recently, but it's been on my radar for so long and I do want to pick it up. Realistically, I want to pick up all 3 books and read all 3 of them this spring, but if I can at least get the first one done, then I'm going to be very happy because it's a start. And that is Beautiful Things by Emily Rath. Now again, I know starting another series, but Emily Rath will always and forever be the exception. Okay, I don't care. I said it as if like I'm not starting another series. I am starting another series, but I don't care. It is what it is. It's Emily Rath. We know how I feel about her. So this one says, the ward, the lord, the sailor, the bastard. Okay, great start. At 22, Rosalie Harrow is unmarried and near destitute. She has 2 choices, snag a wealthy gentleman or take work as a governess. Neither option appeals to headstrong Rosalie, who sees both futures as a kind of cage. Sorry, climbing up there. When Rosalie receives an invitation to Alcott Hall, she is thrust in the middle of a house party of eligible high society ladies, all desperate to win the hand of the new, conveniently single Duke. Hilarity assures as Rosalie dodges the attentions of the officious Duke and weathers the sense of the other guest, all while trying to unravel the mystery of her invitation. And then there's the gentleman. The more Rosalie tries to avoid the high society husband hunt, the more she finds herself charmed by 3 very different men. There's Lord James, the Duke's stoic younger brother, handsome Lieutenant Renly, recently returned from the West Indies, and the tempestuous Mr. Burke, who irks Rosalie to no end. The clock ticks down to the Michaelmas ball, when the Duke is set to announce his bride. Marriage is a trap, and Rosalie will not be easily snared, but that doesn't mean she can't enjoy the chase whilst it lasts. So the first 2 books are duology. The 3rd book can be read as a standalone, but if you want to feel the real benefits of it, you need to read it in order. This is a Why Choose Regency romance, and like, it had me at Why Choose, you know? I don't tend to read Regency books and like historical books. Those aren't tend to be the books that I read. But the fact that she's taken Regency and added it with Why Choose, which we know I absolutely love a Why Choose read, and like reverse harem, like those are my things. That's my jam. Okay, we love them. So I'm hoping, you know, this is going to hit differently and I'm going to really enjoy it because it has that added like element to it that I already love and adore, and it might change my view on Regency and historical kind of reads, or it could absolutely destroy my thoughts on Regency and historical because I won't be able to then read them because I'll just expect things like this from them. It could go one of two ways, you know. It could go one of two ways, and either way, we're gonna get this one read. It's gonna be done. Next up is Ali Hazelwood's newest release, which is Deep End. Now, I know there's been a lot of kind of controversy, got it a second time, around Ali Hazelwood at the moment. I mean, I know a lot of people have not liked this one, and that's fair dues, that's okay. But I've also recently seen a lot, especially on threads, about a lot of people just kind of hating on Ali Hazelwood because her next book's going to be an age gap book. And I'm like, guys, what is wrong? Like, I see this all the time, like, so much going on socials and stuff at the moment, but like, I see this one and I'm like, what is wrong with an author writing an age gap book? Just because it's not necessarily what they would normally do, like, it's not similar to what you've read from them already, doesn't mean that they can't test the waters of it and they can't do it. And it's just like, you never know, you may absolutely love the book if you read it, but at the same time, if age gap isn't for you, then you don't have to physically pick up the book, you don't physically have to read it. Like, if it's not for you, fine, move along. Leave those of us who love it to read it in peace, you know? Get my vibes? So yeah, Deep End. I want to read this one. Scarlett Vandermeer is swimming upstream, a junior at Stanford and a student athlete who specialises in platform diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrating on getting into med school and on recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for relationships, at least that's what she tells herself. Swim captain, world champion, all-round aquatics golden boy Lucas Blomqvist, don't know how to say that name, thrives on discipline. Is how he wins gold, medals and breaks records, complete focus with every stroke. On the surface, Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common until a well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes. So they start an arrangement, and as the pressure leading to the Olympics heats up, so does their relationship. It was supposed to be just a temporary, mutual satisfying fling, but when staying away from Lucas becomes impossible, Scarlett realises that her heart might be treading into dangerous water. I think I remember reading somewhere that Lucas was dating her friend or something, I think. I'm not sure. I feel like this was the book that I heard it about. I'm pretty sure this was this one. I'll tell you when I read it, when I get to it. But yeah, I really want to read this one this spring, and I especially want to read it before April because I'm actually going to the Ali Hazelwood and Alex Astor meet and greet in London on the 16th of April. So I really, really want to get this one read before I go, because then I know the story and I can ask questions and things like that. So I really, really want to get this read. Will I be coming home with a signed copy? Yes, but not this copy. I won't be taking this copy with me. I'll be coming home with a whole new copy of this book, but it'll be signed. It's all great. Next up is literally, this book was released on Tuesday, and that is Wild Side by Elsie Silver. It has to be done. It has to be done. I am so eager to read this book. Reese and Tabitha, like, it has to be done. It has to be done. I've seen the snippets, I've seen the teasers, and I'm so here for it. Like, I'm so ready. I'd always dreamed of my wedding date, but not like this. Not looking into the eyes of the man who betrayed me. When my nephew's guardianship is contested, I decide I'll do whatever it takes to keep him in Rose Hill, even if it means marrying the enemy. Reese Dupress, a man who is secretive, brooding, and completely infuriating. His work takes him away for weeks on end and brings him back covered in mysterious bruises, ones he won't talk about. In fact, we barely talk at all, which would be fine except when he's not talking, he's staring, and the way he looks at me is borderline indecent. The tension between us has always been palpable, but living under the same roof is a dangerous temptation. I swore I would never forgive him, but that was before I knew the man behind the mask. The one who's fierce and protective, gentle and patient, the one who shows up for us when we need him most. He's not at all who I thought he was, and that makes hating my husband so much harder and loving him just a little too easy. So yeah, I feel like nothing really needs to be said. Like, this just, I know there's gonna be so much angst in this and like tension, just, oh. I feel like I'm gonna have a real good time. We love Elsie Silver too. And then the last book, this one, I actually have plans reading the whole series this spring, but I'm adding it in here anyway because knowing my luck, something might happen. But this has been on my radar for so long. It sounds right up my street. Is it a very toxic series and books? Yes, but again, up my street, we love some toxicity. It's good. And I feel like you guys already know what this is, and you already know what I'm going to be showing. There's going to be whole vlogs on this series is going to be annotating. Are we ready? Are we ready? Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I feel like I'm also going to be destroying myself at the same time based on like kind of reactions I've already seen from people reading the series and stuff, but I'm so here for it, you know? Like, I'm so here for it. How many loves do you get in a lifetime? She is a beautiful, self-involved and mildly neurotic London socialite. He is Britain's most photographed bad boy who broke her heart. But Magnolia Parks and BJ Valentine are meant to be, aren't they? I mean, I feel like that just says it all, you know? It's going to be a very, very toxic read. I've got the whole series, or up to what's released. I don't know if there's any more to come, but I've got up to what's released. And I've got them all in the original coverings, these covers, because I just love these so much more than the other new covers. Like, these are just like perfect, and the size as well, it's bigger than your standard paperback, which just makes it even better. And I actually love annotating books this size. I did it with 28 Questions by Indiana Snyder. There's just something about it, and like holding it, it's just so nice. It's so satisfying, and I don't get how weird it makes me sound, but just holding this already just makes me so satisfying. So yes, we are going to again be starting another series, but at the same time the plan of action is to start and finish it, so we shall see what happens. But anywho, I'm going to let me pile up our books. Oh, this is not going to end well. I'm on my spinny chair and I'm going to spin, and this is just not going to end well. Oh no. Why did I think this was a good idea? Why did I think this was a good idea? It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Life flashed before my eyes, everything. But yeah. On a side note, these are the top 10 books that I want to get read this spring. Like I said, there's going to be loads more. But these are like my priority ones. So yeah, we're in for a good time. Oh, really good time. Now I'm gonna quickly put this down before I send it everywhere. All good. So yeah, that is it for this video. Let me know down below what books are on your spring TBR, the books that you really want to get read before the season is out. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. So don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, keep reading. Bye guys.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good